You probably already figured it out, but yes, flashback Matt Kemp is on the squad and he is making the debut. It is looking a little bit weird with Crawford not out there in the outfield somewhere, but yes, he is still on the bench, and I will be putting him back in the outfield at some point, probably not sure when, but if I do, I'm probably going to move. Maybe I may move Kemp to left field and then put Crawford back out there in center, because Crawford with that crazy speed can cover a lot of ground. So maybe that is what I will do. And I don't know, maybe platoon him and Kemp possibly, because I would with Ted Williams or Hamilton with Crawford. But all those guys hit left, and Matt Kemp is of course a righty. The stats are pretty good. I mean, if the vision was a little bit better on that Matt Kemp, that would probably be one of the best cards in the game. I have no idea why I was hitting around 429 with him. I think it had something to do, it may have something to do with playing with guys in BR. Is that the case? Because I did play with the flashback Matt Kemp in Battle Royale a couple months ago, so maybe that is why. It can't be because you just use his live series card, because I've used him a lot. And yeah, I think it's just because of BR. This guy is struggling bad. Very bad out of the gates. He hits Reyes on the very first pitch of the game, and then Kemp is able to get a single up the gut on the second pitch of the game, and then he is throwing a little bit of a wild one, so that I'm able to score Reyes from third, and I have no idea. I don't even know how Saunders threw me out right there. That is very fucking weird as well. And I think this guy was using a little bit of a budget squad. So, yeah, just using a little bit of a budget squad. Apparently you can't use a budget squad because they aren't that good. Apparently that is not what I think, but apparently that is what everybody else thinks. If you use a budget squad, that means you aren't good. But I didn't think that was going to be the case, man. And of course, Fernandez is on the mound. It is honest to God getting annoying, man. This game is honestly pissing me off with this whole pitching ordeal, because Fernandez and Nolan Ryan, for God's sakes, have been on the squad for months, and I couldn't even bring them to the mound for the first, Nolan Ryan especially. He was on the squad for a pretty long time so far, and I've barely been able, I think I only had about 3 or 4 starts with him. That is no joke. And then as soon as I pick other guys up, Nolan Ryan and Fernandez are the only guys taking the mound. So it may get to a point where I'm just going to start leaving games when Nolan Ryan and Fernandez are on the hill, because I want to pitch with somebody new for once. And I picked up a lot of guys, a lot of guys in the starting rotation. So I'm trying to get those guys to the mound. I don't want to be pitching with these guys over and over again. It is just too annoying. And MLB needs to fix that shit, man. They should make it so if you pitch with somebody, you can't pitch with them for another 5 games. Make it like real life. It's you know what I mean? You pitch with one guy, and then they should just make it so you pitch with each guy in your starting rotation for the 5 games, and then just start over again. I would rather that than start taking the mound with the same motherfucker over and over again. But I don't know. That is just me. Some people probably like the way it works. I do not, because it seems like they just give you a big middle finger every single time with your guys trying to get a certain guy to the mound. He never takes the mound. Matt Kemp back up to the dish, and he is trying to find the gap. That is looking good off the bat. Somehow, some way, he catches up to it. So I thought that was going to land for sure, and Matt Kemp gets robbed, so that was looking good. Thought it was going to be a stand-up double or something, but I'm getting robbed. He didn't make a diving play or anything, but that looked like it was going to get down for sure. And, dude, Pujols he is turning into one of those liabilities, man. I'm not even joking. At first base, this guy is struggling. If I've ever seen struggling, it is getting a little bit insane now. With the 86 fielding, you think this guy would be able to come up with a lot of shit. That is not the case. If anybody has Pujols, how the hell is he performing for you in the field? Because for me, it is probably the worst I've seen at first base. And I've had flashback Ryan Howard, who has 50-something fielding. I've had flashback Prince Fielder, who also has 50-something fielding. And those guys were playing better than Pujols. That is no joke. Maybe not Prince Fielder, but Ryan Howard, I only had him for a couple weeks, I'm pretty sure. But he didn't even make one error when he was on the team. That is not even an exaggeration. He did not make one single error when he was on the team, and he only had about 50-something fielding. And Pujols is literally turning into a liability at first base. I may have to pick up somebody else at first base who, I don't know, maybe a lefty or something, because like I said in the last video, I'm trying to get some more lefties in the lineup, and may have to start platooning Pujols with somebody. Can you even imagine? How funny is that I'm saying I may have to platoon Pujols because he is turning into a very frustrating person you don't want to see at first base. But talk about a guy who has been playing lights out since he has been picked up again, Nolan Arenado.
Here's Arenado with a drive, well hit to left and deep. And a leaping effort at the wall, but it's in vain, a home run.
I wasn't doing that good with the bats, but what a surprise. In the 5th inning, the bats are going to start coming alive, possibly. That is usually when the squad starts to break out. Next up is Altuve, and he is finding some outfield grass, thinking about going for 2 right there, but I probably would have been gunned out and embarrassed. But yeah, Arenado with the 2 homers in the 2 games I've played with him so far, so he has given Donaldson a run for his money over there at third base. I don't even think I've gotten a base hit with Reyes since I picked him up. I mean, this is only the 2nd game I've played with him, so I can't get ahead of myself. I just know one game he's going to break out, get about 4 or 5 hits, and it's just going to be crazy. He's been hitting the cover off the ball, though, except for that little fly out right there, and there was one other time in the last game. Look at Pujols over there, man. That is what I'm talking about. What the shit was that? Literally, what the fuck was that, man? I could have been over there. Anybody. You watching this video right now, you put a blindfold on, you go to first base, you would have made that play. That is insane, man. Somebody with 86 fielding should not be missing shit like that. That is a weak ground ball. That is not a laser beam off the bat. That is just a weak-ass ground ball, and Pujols misses it. So chalk that up as another error for Pujols. I'm going to check that. I am going to check how many errors he's had because... Wait, he would have a shitload if the game actually counted half of them as errors. Half the time they go down as base hits, which I don't even know how. They're just little ground balls that go right by Pujols, and they count as base hits every time when they should go down as errors. Thank God that went down as an error. Can't believe I'm saying thank God that went down as an error. But, I don't know. Pujols has been pissing me off, man. I've just been cringing every single time a ground ball is going to him. Doesn't even matter how fast it's going. It is getting insane. But I was thinking about picking up the Flashback Robinson Cano too, and I know the live series Cano is pretty similar, but the season is going to be over soon, and that is the fucking matchup ratings and shit are going to go away, so the Flashback Cano is going to be much better when it's all said and done when the season is over, and the season is going to be over pretty soon, so I may pick up the Flashback Cano. He's not even going for that much at the moment. He's only going for around 30-something thousand, I'm pretty sure. And I may do that because, yeah, he's not going for that much, so why not? See what he could do, right? I need to pick up another lefty, like I said. I'm stacking the lineup with righties, and I'm not even trying to do that. So I'm still looking to pick up some lefties. If you guys have any lefties that you were using on your team and they're just going off, let me know who it is. And don't say Corey Seager. I'm sick and tired of hearing about that guy. But if you have any lefties, let me know if any guys on your team are going off. Jose Reyes. He is trying to break the slump, and he's doing it in a very big way.
Started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Slapped hard the opposite way. And there's a base hit, so a chance to add a little insurance here as the leadoff man is on to start the 8th. Oh, and he runs right through the stop sign. And a relay home, and he is in there.
You do not see that every day. Reyes is breaking out of the slump by getting the inside the park home run. Not even sure what that guy was doing out there in left field, but he missed it. And Reyes with the good speed is able to make it all the way home. I think I said it was 3-0 earlier, but it is now 3-0 at this very moment in the 8th inning, and Billy Wagner is getting Ortiz swinging like a fool for the first start of this inning. Then I'm putting Kenley Jansen in because it seems like nobody can touch this guy. The slider is just nasty. The fastball, nobody can even keep up with, it seems. So you throw the heater, and then you drop in the slider, and everybody is just all confused. He's getting on base, though. There is 2 down. He's got 1 guy in scoring position. There is 2 guys on. He's getting another base hit, so oh, no. Oh, Jesus, no. Is this going to be a blown game? Am I going to let this guy come back in this game? First pitch of the at-bat, no. I'm able to get out of it. It is crazy. It seems like, honest to God, that sometimes I try and let people back in games because that is just the game. Fucking MLB is just letting people back in games everywhere you look, it seems. They're just letting people get base hit after base hit. But I'm able to get out of it. So now in the top of the 9th, I'm not getting that much going Went down 1-2-3 very quick. So going to the bottom of the ninth. It was always going to be interesting when you go into the bottom of the ninth. I'm leaving Kenley Jansen in, of course, because he did a pretty decent job in the eighth. I'm getting the first out of the bottom of the ninth, so that is huge. 1-1 count with one down. He's swinging and missing at the high fastball. So what do you think I'm going to? I'm going to the slider down and away. He's making contact, but that is just a ground out to Altuve, so 2 down. And this is when it gets very annoying. With 2 down, shit usually gets started. He's making pretty decent contact right there, but Ted Williams able to come up with it. Like I said before, Ted Williams, he has been playing amazing since he's been out there. Way better than Pujols has been playing at first base since he has worse fielding too. Fernandez gets player of the game. Haven't even pitched that well with him lately, but he comes out in this game and does pretty decent.